Welcome back, everybody. I've decided it is time at last, and you might ask what time is that? It is time for a certain story quest. Here she is. We should be able to go right into this. If for whatever reason it's blocked by a character being someplace they shouldn't be, or a quest being someplace they shouldn't be, we shall simply have to deal with that. For now, we seem to be able to jump right into it. Talk to Catherine. The Adventurers Guild in Inazuma seems to have a commission concerning the Sacred Sakura. How interesting. Cleansing Light. Ooh, I wonder if this quest requires Hana Chirisato's quest to complete. Okay. For some reason I feel very trepidatious, but I am determined to do this quest today. I'm determined. So, in general, the plan, as mentioned before, but I'll go over it again, just because it's been a little while. I want to do the Divine Shogun quest. Then I'm going to just see if we have any loose ends to wrap up here in Inazuma, but I don't think we do. And then it is off to, I guess, this one. We'll at least start it, and then we're hopping over to Zhongli's. That will probably be next time. But for now, Ryan Shogun story quest time. Oh, I'm so excited! The fully animated shots. Hi, Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Ad Astra Abyssosk to you as well, Catherine.
Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that...
Here we go again.
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Ooh, lowercase traveler. Oops.
Indeed, as ever.
At least we're all aware of this.
I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
Of course, that's what we're here for. It'll depend on the task and the compensation. I'll say of course, that's what we're here for.
Well, let me go over it briefly.
Why does
Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission.
Ooh.
Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
How dare they? After Hana Chirisato gave her life to purify those roots. How
Rift Towns?
dare they?
On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target.
Oh yeah, is this the first time we've seen them on Narukami? I think it might be, right?
The sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
I believe I understand, and I'm hazy. I do believe I understand, but I want to hear what she'll have to say.
For a long time, the sacred Sakura has been absorbing filth from Inazuma's ley lines to maintain stability in the land.
And one does have to wonder why this doesn't happen in Mondstadt or Liyue, but again, I guess the Yaksha in Liyue take care of things there, but what about Mondstadt?
If it were ever damaged, the filth would once again invade Inazuma, causing great catastrophe. That's why this is a rather urgent case.
Also, Catherine, why when earlier the camera was panning behind you, did it look like there was a keyhole in your little neck lace piece? Is that your keyhole since you're a robot?
Is the Tenryou?
Look at that, look at it! I was looking at this little brass piece. I was wondering what symbol that was supposed to be a symbol of. I don't think it's an Adventurers Guild symbol. I don't think... It caught my eye because out of the corner of your eye it looks like a Fatui symbol, but I don't think it's Fatui. Must be something from whoever made her. This is so cool. Who made you? Who built you?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them.
So it's all hands on deck.
Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters.
Well, let's go. Let's
the
go.
Adventurers
I'm ready.
Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryou Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
Time to make some whelps yelp. I'll send those pooches packing.
You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Oh no, Paimon, not you too! Oh, she's learned from Catherine, it would seem. Alright, let's go fight some Rift Hounds. Transient Dreams, you don't say. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness.
Sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought?
Keeping the sacred Sakura safe was
Oh.
Hanachi Rusato's greatest wish, and now these mangy mutts are trying to destroy it. Time to teach him a lesson.
Oh, I'm so glad we did that quest first. I don't know if it's required. It probably is if we have to go down into that little area. But, oh, I'm so glad they acknowledged her. What would be the fastest way to get there? Probably here, jump off the other side? At least I think that will be the most fun way to get there. Oh, Electroculus I've never gotten. Huh. Where is that guy hiding? Yeah, so last time, you might recall, we ended the episode with getting Kuki Shinobu, which was a surprise. I did ask for official, but you know what? A Kuki Shinobu is pretty darn close. And I really enjoyed playing with her during some character trial way back when that I was able to try her in. So I definitely want to try her out. We equipped her, we gave her artifacts, we leveled her as much as we could. Wait, she's from Inazuma. I could probably level her more, can't I? Where is she? I didn't level her at all, like a fool. Huh? She needs these. Ruined serpents? Where on earth did I find— oh, she took off her mask! Oh, she heard me. Sorry, Kuki. I guess we weren't supposed to see that. Not going to lie, I'm kind of tempted to see how she does at level 1 with all the artifacts that we've given her. But I don't know if I want to— oh, they sure are. Ouch. Ooh, crystallized. You must be, Geo.
Rain outlines your fate.
Alright, done with those ones. Kaya, do you mind? Thank you. At least we got that crystallized on our side, though. That's nice. I love how enemies can also crystallize. Oh, I was trying to dodge. I just completely did not. That's fine.
Into the wind.
You know, it would be great to have on the field right now. Kuki Shinobu. She can heal. Oh, we're poisoned, aren't we? Okay, let's get this over and done with. Faster then. Oh my goodness.
No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, travelers, you can take them.
Oh, and apparently we're done. Whoa. Oh, cutscene. Oh, who do you think is going to show up?
Torn to oblivion.
Oh, she herself. Hi.
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
I am very curious which one it is. I would guess the Shogun.
Oh, it's you two.
The question mark. No, I think it's A.
It has been a long time.
Yes.
We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Just on the delivery of her greeting, it sounded very A.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right?
Okay, so if you remember, at the end of the last story quest, I believe I put forth some guesses as to what this one would be about. I kind of forget what they were, but I do remember that one of them was resolving the whole issue with the Riding Shogun. So the fact that we're not seeing the Shogun immediately, and the fact that they're immediately bringing up the question of which is very curious to me.
You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
What brings you out this time? Did you hear about this whole
I'm making early
crisis?
preparations for what is to come.
Okay.
Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's pretty much a perfect outcome after last time. But also, have you not heard about the little crisis that's kind of happening right now? Would you care to help a little bit more?
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself? Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous Rift Hounds.
Okay, good. So she has heard about it.
I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
But the commissions and adventurers can deal with monsters. Doesn't seem like a matter needing the Archon's attention. I mean, it couldn't hurt.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Oh wow, look at this. The blue core of the root behind us. It's on the ground now. It's almost like it was the blood, crystallized blood of the root, and now it's bled out.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Because it's not in her orders?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
Oh? Terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Your sister?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma.
Oh, here we go, here we go. 500 years ago, you say?
Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely.
So this is sort of the era of demons. I've kind of been calling it in my head. Do you think this happened because Conria fell, or do you think this happened before Conria fell, and could it have possibly been somehow tied in to the reason that the gods attacked Conria? If they blamed Conria for all this, that would explain that, or at least partially explain it. But then why would Conria do such a thing? Yeah, I'm really curious how the monsters tie into all this.
The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard.
Oh, that's concerning.
Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago. Conria. Oh, she's connecting the dots too.
So you've heard of it too?
She was there, wasn't she?
That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Let's go.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
Sounds like a plan, Paimon.
Color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage.
Check for the marks left
Let's
behind.
follow it. It should be this way.
Okay. Sorry, Sacred Sakura, I think I just beat you up a little bit. If this quest gives me more information about what went down with Conria, I will be so happy. Hello, marks. Found you. Can I interact with these? Or do I just follow them? There's more over there. Yep, I see them. They don't react with elemental power. Interesting. Whee! So yeah, she's saying, even though her force might seem excessive, presumably whatever happened 500 years ago is much, much worse. She can't let it come to that again. Are we supposed to go up, do you think? Hey, a puzzle! This is the one I've already done. Yeah, domain's right there.
No, my sword!
Are we supposed to go up? Or do you think we're supposed to keep following the path? Oh, there we are. Hello! Into the domain? Or down this way? Let's keep following the path for a little bit. Okay, excellent. Wow. Those Rift Hounds really took a bit out of us, didn't they? That poison ability. Oh no!
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
Oh, interesting. Because they have to deal with, they deal with cultural affairs, right? So I suppose, yeah, the Sacred Sakura and care of it would certainly fall into their purview. If not the Grand Narukami Shrines.
This stuff that's
Probably work
flowing
on it
out,
together.
Is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
Yeah, what is that?
Huh?
Oh,
What's this?
it's a memory? Is someone injured? How terrible.
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
It seems we're to learn a little bit more about how the sacred sakura works. Hello, Kitamura. Are you alright?
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them.
So do you think these guys are from just a few moments ago? Or I'm feeling like they're probably from 500 years ago.
We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness.
Alright, 500 years ago it is.
Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
I mean, what he sees might be
Not
different
right
from what
now,
we see.
But they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu.
Ooh.
There is no one left to rely on but ourselves.
The almighty Shogun is gone. I mean, we know that, what was her name, Makoto? We know that Makoto fell. But I didn't know that the people knew that she fell. Maybe there was a time between when she fell and when A established herself as the new Archon. Though they thought that she was one and the same person, where they thought that she was dead.
I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
Oh, here she is.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
You gave a great performance, my goodness. I would love to hear her perspective on how things ended, though. Is he disappearing?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land.
I want to collect that sakura bloom so badly.
The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory.
Aha! So we are learning about how the sacred sakura works. And so it was, I gotcha, purified memory.
Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
We're also learning a little bit about how the ley lines work, which is quite fascinating, because we have heard barely anything about them before. I see. The same thing happened to Dusky Ming. Oh, I remember Dusky Ming, but I don't remember her being associated with the ley lines.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
We learned that the Kitsune Saigu lost her life during this, but he mentioned that the shogun was absent.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria.
Oh, wait a second. What were you doing at that time?
The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Tevat.
And what did you do?
But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
And we know that it did.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
Why would they attack Inazuma specifically? Was it just an accident? A coincidence? Because I'm thinking, for instance, the golden wolf that's in the south. Perhaps if he was established in Inazuma before, perhaps his presence led to all the monsters just kind of converging on Inazuma. Or was it deliberate?
I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last.
She did, and then some. Of that we can reassure you.
But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
That wasn't quite honest of her. Is this the loss that Yaemiko mentioned?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss.
Are you talking about your sister? And also possibly Kitsune Saigu?
All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive.
She lost them to time. Elaborate, please, if you can.
But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So you're no longer stuck in the past?
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
I am so proud of her. Oh my goodness. She has been doing some heavy thinking, hasn't she? Absolutely, and that's what being human is about.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes.
What a turnaround from where she was with the Vision Hunt degree and the Sokoku degree. This is fantastic.
Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
Wow.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
She's processing.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
There's Celestia in the distance over there. I am so happy right now. You're telling me
Rain outlines your fate.
that not only do we get to spend time with A, who has some excellent voice acting, but we're also learning more about Conria. Oh, that's right. I wanted to check a book. Let's go look in our little archive. What was the one that talked about the monsters? It wasn't this one. It wasn't, was it the one? Was it this one? Let's see. Yeah. Right here. The lost Conria kingdom. The Eclipse dynasty had fallen and disaster spread across the land. The alchemist known as Gold was corrupted by their own greed and ambition and created an army of shadowy monsters with their uncanny powers. Jiren was one. To Mondstadt. Okay. An army of shadowy monsters. So, it seems like whatever happened in Conria, as far as I can tell at the moment, the timeline is something like this. The Eclipse dynasty falls. Disaster spreads in Conria. Gold creates all these monsters. The monsters spread out across Tivat. Jiren goes to Mondstadt. I suppose demons go to Larua. And, Rift Hounds and demons and such went to Inazuma. And perhaps that's why, in response, the gods struck back, but also their response seems a little extreme. How is there still an Electroculus down there? I thought I got that already.
No, my sword!
Anyway, so I would love to learn more about that, because that seems a little bit too clean.
There are a load of Rift
Oh,
Hounds
hello.
here, too.
Oh, it's only her.
Leave them to me.
Okay, is it... I'm trying to see if they are Geo. I think they are. They look very Geo to me.
There is no escape.
Also, that line that she came in with earlier, tore into oblivion. I love it. Okay. Nope, not quite. There we go. Okay, next round, I'm gonna bring in the ultimate. Where are they? Over there? They're all over there for some reason.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
There they go. Bye. Talk to the person who appeared. Sure, will do. As soon as I can.
Something seems wrong with A.
Is she okay? Does she have a headache? Are you feeling okay?
Why would you ask that?
Are you okay?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
Did she just switch into the Shogun?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy.
She sounds a little different, but I don't know. I don't think it's the Shogun. Also, is she a separate entity from the Shogun right now? It wasn't really clear last time if she had separated herself entirely from the Shogun or if she was just kind of possessing her own body / the Shogun to be on the surface, shall we say? I can't tell which one this is.
Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
I feel like this is the Shogun. I don't know. It just... Okay, maybe I'm reading way into it, but it's kind of the if-then statements. It's the way that someone who has pre-programmed logic would think. You know, if case, you know?
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this.
But my theory would only make sense if they are capable of switching. If they are using one body and kind of sharing who's in control.
Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Is it the same situation as before? Oh, hello. You look purified. That's good. Please don't attack us.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Okay, I take it back. This is definitely A. Tea Master!
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Okay, so she did leave. Question is this distant land Watatsumi? No, that would be Archon War. So this is probably Conria that they're talking about.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest.
I love this guy, actually. He's so pleasant. He's so professional.
After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do?
Let's go along with what he says. I want to learn more about the past. I sure do.
Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay.
He's so calm, despite how chaotic it must have been.
And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
How come you're not panicking?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets.
Okay, well I'm glad that even if he did lose his life, because it doesn't seem like the Shogun came back in time, he at least has no regrets about it.
The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
When he says the Shogun often talks to him over tea, do you think he was talking about Makoto, not A? Because that seems like a very... I sure hope I'm getting her name right. That seems like a very Makoto thing to say, to treasure every moment. That doesn't sound like A at all. This doesn't fit the definition of eternity at all. Yeah, see?
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
What a healthy mindset.
Perhaps you are right.
And if those were Makoto's words, then A would certainly recognize them, don't you think?
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the Almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh?
What a fascinating perspective. I like hearing from all these different people. What are you thinking, A?
Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea.
And he's already forgotten that there is no tea.
The Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
The first time we see him getting a little bit flustered, and it's when he can't find the tea set.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
Don't worry, we know where to find a tea set.
I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set?
Okay, well, so good to the Kamisato Estates.
Isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
Agreed.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato Estate?
I want to talk to him.
There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
I want to talk to him, but I don't want to cut them off.
After my eyes went bad, many aspects of daily life became much more challenging. But I always wanted to be a competent tea brewer, right to the end. But now, it looks like I have to rely on you.
No harm in relying on others. Yeah, okay. Let's go get that tea set. I was going to say, if we promise him that we'll get the tea set, that doesn't really seem like the words you say to someone you're trying to let rest peacefully. And what do you know? He is not resting peacefully until we get him that tea set.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun.
Hi!
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away.
Very simple request compared to some others, one might assume.
Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler.
Aw.
Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
She really is so down to earth and polite when she's not being, you know, the Archon.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
I was wondering if we'd get to see any Kamisatos, but apparently
it's
not.
not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
It would be really interesting if they gave us a dialogue tree in the middle of the quest. Was it really you that tea master used to serve?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto.
Yeah, there she is.
He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us.
And what a difference it was. Their views were basically entirely opposite. But I suppose that means they could complement each other well as well?
In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
Dreams, or in other words, ambitions.
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me.
I sure hope it did. Human dreams and aspirations lighting up the sky like a million stars. I would be surprised if you thought this was completely normal.
Now, It seems like she was right. While I took the wayward path.
Presumably some sort of balance or middle ground could be a good way to go.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition.
I follow, that makes sense.
An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
Very cool that it came back around to eternity. This got surprisingly philosophical all of a sudden. Also, A, why is there a star shape on that, what is that, black sash from your belt?
That's, quite a lot to take in.
It's a very interesting idea, and I would love to hear her further thoughts on this, but also she is no longer with us. So, A, if you have anything else to share.
Put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving?
I guess you could say that you're maintaining eternally the ability for a person to identify and acquire what makes them happy, even if it's not necessarily, you know, a material object, even if it's not necessarily a certain outcome, but even just an act. For instance, say you wanted to learn an instrument. You can never really perfect an instrument, I would say. At least, you know, not for most people, unless you have that incredible talent that some people do. But for most people, I feel like if you want to learn an instrument, it is literally the learning of the instrument that brings you joy. Do you know what I mean?
I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
It seems more in line with how humans view the world.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Was she the older sister, do you think?
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
I'm so happy for her. After all this time, she's finally starting to feel closer to her sister.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
Thank you, Hirano.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
She is, isn't she?
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Now that she's relaxed a little bit. Really interesting. This is a cool kind of character quest where, you know, I've experienced a couple different character quests, and usually there's... What is this from? Okay, let's go check that out really quick. There's an outside character who causes the character in question to, you know, demonstrate their character very well. But in this case, it's an outside situation is happening, which is bringing up discussion. Oh, cool. Of the character in question. And it really, you can tell that this one is really following along from the last Archon quest, which pleases me. I'm having a great old time. Trying to get through this as quickly as possible.
Outlines your fate.
One with nature.
That's probably all I need, right? Yeah. Why is somebody attacking me? Who's attacking me? How dare you attack me? Oh, it's because I attacked you first. I apologize. That's my bad. Alright, let's go back up. But yeah, it's... So far this quest has been very discussion-based, almost. And I'm really enjoying it. Some really fascinating ideas that they're bringing up. The idea of identifying eternity. It was such a... compared to freedom in Mondstadt and contracts in Liyue, the definition of eternity, it's very hard to come to a conclusion on what that might be. So it's really cool that they're exploring that in the game, not just expecting us to understand intuitively what they mean by eternity. They're actually questioning it in the game. That's super cool. Hi, Furuyama. Are you still here? Are you still purified? Uh-oh.
Hey, where'd he go?
Is he resting?
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long. As was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
No, you mean he disappeared without us? We didn't get to say goodbye? That is so sad. Oh my god.
So we won't get to drink his tea?
I don't think he could have made us tea anyways, but still.
We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, see, that's the point.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
That kind of reminds me of what Albedo was saying during his quest. About how miraculous it is that any two people meet ever. Aw, cheer up, Paimon. Let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea.
She is the only one of us three who has tried his tea before. Maybe she could try to replicate it.
I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself.
No, I don't imagine she'll be able to do it quite to the level of expertise that he had, but better than us at least. Thank you for the tea.
The tea is ready. Please give it a try.
Thank you.
So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
You don't need to. I understand. It's just the memories flooding back in.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may.
It's a very solemn quest. What about the roots? What about the monsters? Have we resolved this issue?
The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me. For good.
I'm so sorry to hear that. How so?
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Konria alone, without telling me.
Oh my god, don't tell me. Do you think she went to try to broker a peace? Ask why this was happening and try to, get them to stop through words rather than fighting.
Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening...
She went to protect A, maybe? So that A could remain hidden. Makoto. But then why would they kill her? Why would she die if she went... What?
Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath.
Wow, this voice actress is incredible, let me just say. Oh my goodness. But why? Why did she die?
She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. So all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of euthymia.
Okay.
It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me?
Oh, the parallels. Oh no, I just realized the parallels. I too would very much like answers to these questions.
It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
Oh, no way. Do you think this will tie somehow into the puppets that she's made? What did you do with it?
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo.
Oh.
The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
Appeared?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about.
So this tree somehow just began to exist, and then everyone said, oh yes, that tree, it's always existed. But A, for whatever reason, is it because she's an Archon? Is it because she wasn't in Inazuma at the time? Remembers differently. Do you think this has something to do with Makoto?
No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air.
Oh, this is so cool! And we're tying the Sacred Sakura back into this quest. That's so cool!
In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness.
I suppose it has been protecting Inazuma all this time, so it's not necessarily a bad thing.
With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
Interesting, yeah, because it wouldn't have existed before then.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear. Are we sure? We are just assuming that. But it would be really lovely if that was true. Did you put her consciousness into that tree, or did her consciousness somehow appear in that tree? Are we certain there's a connection? And what did you do with her consciousness?
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful.
Thank you for sharing with us.
But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
It seems like you've done a lot of thinking about this already. I know the pain of separation too.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Have you seen my brother before? You would have been there. Okay, yeah, questions. I feel like I should write these down. Questions we still haven't answered. Writing these down. Where is Makoto's consciousness? Why did she die? I mean, knowing her, I feel like she probably died trying to protect something. But it's a little strange to me that A hasn't said anything about what caused her to die. Actually, I take that back. Talking about what caused her sister to die would probably be one of the most painful parts of all of this. So it's a little bit too difficult for her. Why did she die? Why did she go there in the first place? And why did Conway attack? Those are my main questions. All of which are subordinate, of course, to have you seen my brother?
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over.
Okay. Who were they fighting? Other gods?
And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to me.
I'm actually going to write that down. Who Conria fighting? Because we learned from Dane, was it? He said something like the gods descended, right? I feel like I remember that word. And destroyed Conria. And just that word in specific makes me think that it wasn't... Well, I don't know. I don't know that for sure. But it makes me think that it wasn't any of the gods who lived on Tevat. It was gods from above. Because we do know that, like Vanessa, there are gods who stay in Celestia. As opposed to those who stay in Tevat, the 7 Archons. The sunset that we're getting behind us is gorgeous. And that ley line, it's kind of funny. There is a ley line so close by. I guess that makes sense.
So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
That's great. We finally got to ask her if she'd seen him.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
Aw, that's sweet. Also a little ominous for bringing up fate and destiny.
Following the traces.
Observe teacup! Oh, I hope this stays here forever!
Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
It's still warm. A cup of tea has been left for Furuyama. How much did he actually perceive, and how much did he let on? Wow. What a guy. Somehow there was still an Electroculus down there. I'll have to get that at some point. Okay, we know that there was some on this wall, because it was showing it to us during the cutscene. I have so many questions left over. Okay, so what's unresolved? We don't know why Makoto went ahead of A. We don't know why, or who, or what killed her. My instinct is still that she fell trying to protect someone. Because that seems like the type of person she was. I would full-heartedly believe, even though we're kind of just getting to know a little bit more about her, I would believe, based on what we've learned, that she was trying to protect somebody that she just met. That seems like something she would do. I see them, I see them. I want to get the Sakura bloom. Thank you. And so A was, when she got there, most of the fighting had already ended, so who were they fighting? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the monsters and such... Do I see a little tiny arrow through those trees? I think I might. If not, I can teleport back up. Ah, I do. Hey, this is where I was earlier. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the monsters attacked Conria as well. I mean, if you create an army of bloodthirsty monsters, very hard to control. Very likely that at least some of them will turn on you, no? I wonder how much sentience the monsters have. But also, why would they attack Inazuma? Nice. Wait, actually, let's read the book. Let's read the book again. Book? Didn't you say something about Durin? Where are you, buddy? Also, how ironic is it that the dragon is named Durin? It's super funny to me. I've already passed it, haven't I? I have a bunch of books I still need to read. It's right up there. You are. Rose from the Sea. I swear there was more about Durin. Wasn't there that we read at some point? Ooh. Legend tells of a corner of the city that has been forgotten by the wind. That seems significant, but I haven't read it before, so it's not what I'm looking for. Pearls? Okay, records of the gallant, Dwayun Karst. This is a Mondstadt thing. This is a Lua thing. Clear Springs, Dwayun, someone's diary, Roald. Vanessa! Okay. Really not sure. Hi guys! Would you be willing to share more about the history of Conria?
Once again, please leave them to me.
Have fun, eh?
Hey! Are you sure you're alright? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best.
Why do you sound like you're struggling for control? Oh, that was cool. She was actually looking at Paimon. Hehehe. Ooh. Ah. Trying not to let her get hit. Darn it. Like that. Using heavy attacks. Charged attacks, that is. Her attacks look so cool. You can literally see her slicing open the air itself and space itself. I don't even know what it is that she's slicing. Whoa. Whoa.
Are you alright?
What? I was gonna say, what ability is that? You are not fine. Okay, either she shares a body with the Shogun and something's up, or this is like a projection of hers, and something is wrong with the projection. Either way, I am concerned. Oh! No, you're gonna get attacked! No, you're getting hurt! I have to do my best not to get attacked in normal combat so that when she freezes, because it seems like she will, she doesn't get hurt, or she's okay, she can take the hit. Yeah, there's no escape. Okay, let's do this immediately. Yeah, you heard her. Why did that seem like it did no damage? Oh, she's taking so much poison damage, I don't like this. She's so hurt. Out of the way. Out of the way. Why is your stamina not regenerating at all? Yeah, look at that, it's going down. Thundercraven, you don't take stamina, do you? Thundercraven. Lose HP? Yeah. Lose HP, that's normal, but losing stamina, that's not normal. Why is it going down so quickly? I can't dodge anything. Move!
Erase all threats.
Oh no. Is she frozen again? Why does she keep freezing?
Maybe you should leave this one to us!
She's buffering. You don't look too good. Don't force it. Oh my god, are you okay?
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters.
Yeah, we'll get him. Oh, the... Here we go again. Another memory.
That's the same light again.
Time for another trip down memory lane. Who have we got this time? Is now really the time? Don't we have more monsters to fight? Oh, soldiers? Come to support?
Where am I?
Do you think they can have any influence as ghosts?
Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too!
This could either go very well or very poorly.
Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Thank you for your support. It would be so cool if we could fight with these guys in the scene.
Don't. It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
Well said.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun.
Where is your helmet?
When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted to us by the gods.
What power? What?
Is that a vision?
Oh, he has a vision. Oh,
It
cool.
certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us.
Interesting. If these guys are from 500 years ago, it's really cool to see how perspectives on the visions have changed.
If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
That's so cool. So full of hope and unwavering commitment to resistance.
Nobody knew where your excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too.
Phew!
Oh. Yeah.
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
They're like, who the heck are you? But yeah, I feel like A is learning in this instance how important it is just to show up. Oh my god, we're really fighting with them in the scene. That is so cool. Is she also here? We need to draw them away from her. That guy's protecting her. Okay, good. Come on. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Oh, how ironic that Kazuha's helping protect her. But yeah, I feel like A is learning how important it is to show up and be with her people. You know, she spent so long locked away.
Attacks are finally over.
And now she's realizing how important it is for them to see her. Remember last time, her last story quest, where she didn't even bother to come outside after learning that everyone was worried about her? We had to convince her to come outside for other reasons. I feel like this will change her mind on that point too.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
That was so cool though. They were actually in the scene fighting with us, and one of them was actually protecting A. That was super cool.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Are you having control struggles? What's going on here? Does your controller need new batteries?
Are you okay? Maybe you should keep resting.
I'm fine. I feel much better already.
Are you sure?
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring.
I could say the same.
The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
Sure thing. I guess we've been recruited, again.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
They'll be okay, Paimon. This was a long time ago. We have no business disrupting the reality they are experiencing. Great, thanks. I appreciate it.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Such heroic music for this moment as well.
Thank you all very much. I promise you that I will create a bright future for Inazuma.
Aw.
I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Oh yay, that's good.
Don't
This is
worry,
excellent.
Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live.
Oh dear, that's ironic.
With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun!
Speaking of which, I had a realization.
Glory to the Shogun!
Bye guys. Thanks for your help.
They're gone.
Was that a promise to them? Or a promise to yourself?
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The grief blinded me to how brightly they shone in their final moments.
Does this have something to do with your sister as well?
The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will.
One thinks it does.
You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have placed their faith in me to date.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now, and that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon, and I have neglected it for far too long.
This is interesting. The contours of this story are basically directly opposite of Leue's.
I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done.
Wow, that is a fantastic conclusion. Humans are worthy of your trust.
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
This is so cool, actually.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past.
Wow, she has come so long since the Archon quest. She's come so far since the Archon quest. This is so cool. Oh my goodness.
No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise.
Why do I feel like it's all about to go bad, though? Why does it feel like it's all about to go wrong? Probably because it just got dark. What are you not telling us?
Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved.
Dragon Spine!
It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
And what will you do in the meantime?
Alrighty then, let's move on.
Also, are you going to explain what happened back there at all?
He looks calm on the outside.
Are you about to attack us?
Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh?
Is she about to attack us?
She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her.
She's definitely processed a lot, and I mean, I'm just glad that she was willing to make this change.
Huh?
But is she about to attack us?
What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up.
Something's going on. It has to be something to do with the Shogun, right? Because we have seen neither her nor... We have not heard from her, we have not seen her at all since the beginning of this quest. And that thread is still not resolved. If A was saying just now, you know, these are my new conclusions, this is my new promise, and if she had said something like, as for me, I will go and see what can be done about changing the Shogun's programming, that would have wrapped up that thread, kind of a little bit. But she just hasn't mentioned anything about her, and I am concerned. I feel like if they are indeed sharing a body, which again, they never explained how she was walking around last time, they still haven't explained it this time, then the Shogun is very displeased with her decisions and is trying to fight back. As potentially just because that's how she's been programmed to be, and also potentially that's her own opinion, you know? What's going on? Oh, goodness gracious. A?
What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
Why do you sound like you've just been stabbed?
My body... I can't move it.
Oh my god.
It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
She's giving 110 in this performance, and I'm distracted by her little dragon spine crown. Tee. Do you need to take a rest? We should get you back to the city. We should not get her back to the city, but do you need to take a rest? We should get her away from the city.
No need. She is calling me.
Oh.
The time has come.
Okay, so maybe she is somewhat astral projecting, and the Shogun, who technically holds her spirit, kind of holds her mind, is trying to draw her back?
Can you help me walk?
Of course.
I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
There? Whatever you say, but really?
What's in there?
Oh, so I bet you do have to do Hanachido Sato's quest to do this one.
A battleground.
Oh?
One where I shall sever ties with the past and take the first steps into the future.
Don't tell me you're going to fight her. You're not going to fight her, are you? Go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine. Can I go heal first? Just real quick, for no reason in particular. Don't tell me you're going to fight her. Oh dear. I really hoped that the resolution to this would not be, let's just destroy the puppet. Because then I will be concerned for my boy the Wanderer, who I know barely anything about. Okay. Look at this. Oh, why is it dark over there? Way back when, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, I had a theory that maybe this is where Makoto died. And that's why it seems so destroyed and flooded in the middle here. That's why it's so electric in the middle here. But 2 new theories, having learned that she died in Conria. Either this island was at that time controlled by Conria, and so when she went here, this is where Makoto went when she was going to Conria, and since then they have managed to take the island. I guess because Conria fell. That's theory A. Theory B is it's like that just because of this guy. Yeah, this guy's doing it. An elemental being driven by pure regret. Then again, what caused you to manifest there? Anyways, not the time for that. Let's go here. Okay, behind? Below? I would assume it would be the thing. You know, the giant pit of Electro? Don't hit your head. Oh, you hit your head. But maybe I just have it on the wrong side. Let's just jump here. I thought the Electro pit's behind us now. Where are we trying to take it? Oh, right here. Okay. Go to the cave. I'm trying my best. Oh, here? This? Yes, there. Okay, I need a bow. Let's follow the path downwards, see if we find one. There has to be one fairly nearby. Otherwise, we can't solve that puzzle. Oh, what's that? It's a bird. Hello? Thunderbows? Thunderbows? Where are you? There isn't one at the top of the shrine, is there? Hey, is this a puzzle I haven't done? Oh my god, is this a puzzle I haven't done? I mean, actually, that's not surprising. I've barely done any puzzles in Inazuma. Oh, there must be a third one. Goodness. Okay, let's make a mark. Wait. There's a mark. Break these. That's not the mark I'm looking for. Slightly off. Hello? There we go. Puzzle. Missing third box. Okay. How do I get in there? Let's go back up to the top, see if we can get... There aren't any bows up here, though. Right? Are there any on the other side? Goodness, I've run through here so many times, it all blurs together to me now. Oh! Oh, that's funny, it's coming through the floor. The place we need to be is below us. I'm trying to protect the Electro Archon. But I'm a little Electrogonum-less. There you are. That's why this random guy is here. Thank you so much for being here, random guy. Oh! No! You've gone too far. It's starting to rain. Inauspicious. Hopefully we can get through. What is this? Level 3 barrier? We should be able to. Our Electrogonum are so strong today.
We're finally here. The entrance should be nearby.
The entrance to what exactly? The plane of Euthymia? That was pretty.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
Or would this be your sister's consciousness, which you still haven't told us what you've done with it? Are you alright?
It's getting worse again. But it's fine. I'm about to put an end to it all.
Please don't tell me you're about to destroy your dear puppet.
This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands.
So it is.
The entrance to Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness.
And we should be just about below the sacred Sakura, too.
It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body as I please.
Who is she? The Shogun?
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Makoto?
Because I think Makoto would be endlessly supportive of, especially of her new mindset. So I don't think she'd restrict her at this point. If you go to battle, we're going with you.
Follow me.
Let's do this.
Where are we
Paimon got sucked in. Oh, that's funny. Kame said, we're not letting you back out now. Oh, that is the domain symbol. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have.
Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time?
Something like the plane of Euthymia?
Whoa. This place...
But a crumbling one because she was dying? It does look a lot like the plane of Euthymia.
Look!
Very blue.
Look over there!
If it's meant to represent emotion, is this calmness?
It's another A!
Is that Makoto? Oh my goodness, Makoto!
We meet again, traveler.
Oh, it says Raiden Shogun. It's the Shogun. How are you here?
This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules.
Please explain.
Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
This isn't... Wow. Because A was talking about how she deliberately made it difficult for her to change the Shogun because she anticipated that her mind would change in the future and she'd want to change the Shogun, and she said, no, I will not allow myself to change because I'm all about eternity, so you're not allowed to change the Shogun, me. But she also put into the Shogun, hey, if you see me changing, stop me. Oh dear. But then why are we in Makoto's realm of consciousness? I would expect the showdown to happen in the, what's it called, Tenshukaku? Why are we here?
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
Hello, good morning. Long time no
You have
see.
wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity.
Okay, so she has been borrowing the puppet body, but... why are we here? So, if she was borrowing the body, and the Shogun's consciousness is here, does that mean she successfully created an entirely artificial life with its own consciousness? I mean, good job, good for you. I'm happy for the Shogun that she has her own consciousness. But, why are we here?
You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion?
Great question, eh?
I'm here to show you my answer.
Sure thing.
We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Why are we here, though?
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the worse! Are you alright now?
We're presumably not in the body anymore. We're consciousnesses, basically, right now?
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body.
Exactly.
As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes.
This is so funny, actually. If you think about it this way, A and Makoto once existed. A was all about, to make it really simple, A was all about eternity unchanging, and Makoto was about the precious moment and dreams. And then Makoto died, and A existed, and A created her puppet with her ideals. But A has drifted more and more towards Makoto's sides of things. So now, A is all about, well, she's not all about, but she's trying to act in favor of the precious moment and dreams. And her puppet has become her, the one who's all about unchanging eternity. So what? It's just a really interesting sort of rotational cycle parallels. Like, does that mean A is the dead one in this case? That would be unfortunate. Let's not do that.
But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way.
Yes, but why are we in this consciousness? I guess maybe it's because if we were in A's consciousness, it would be an automatic win for her. She presumably has ultimate control in that realm. So this is sort of a neutral zone?
Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too.
Nice.
When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
I think you've mentioned this before. This is her system to safeguard against modifications to eternity.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme!
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
Also, isn't A's consciousness or her mind or something is in the sword? So,
The
what exactly
rules
does
I
it mean
set
that
for
you're
the
carrying
Shogun
it?
are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals, the very foundation stone of eternity. It shall not be easily swayed. I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something?
A isn't someone who leaves herself an escape route.
But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol
Whoa.
of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun.
Okay, sure.
It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity.
Also, I just want to say it now before it's too late. I think it's really cool that the surface we're standing on looks like the face of a moon. Okay, moving on.
Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion.
Yes.
Determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome.
She's literally fighting the consequences of her actions. Some of her actions, not even all of them.
You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream
Oh my
to her
gosh.
subjects. Raiden A.
Oh my gosh, she looks so cool. Here we go, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Even the proud and mighty Uni maiden was cut down and
Oh my
disgraced.
god, you're kidding me.
Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as
Can't
it
lock
once
on.
did.
I'm suddenly reminding. Oh goodness gracious! I'm suddenly reminded of the training that we did with what's her face? Yai Miko. Why are you so fast? I can't hit you. For some reason, her attack patterns are much closer to that mechanism. You're kidding me. She dodged. What? Continuously attack this thing. Okay. I'm attacking it. Ow! It attacked me.
Shine down, weak.
I didn't even hit her. I didn't even hit her. Yeah, so the attack patterns that we practiced with Yaimiko are much more similar to what we're seeing here than what we saw when we fought
Inferior.
A before. So do you think Yaimiko was all along trying to prepare us for this rather than actually fighting A? She knew that she could talk to A.
Lightning falls on the land
Okay,
of
okay,
eternity.
okay. Fine, I'll attack these things. I'm not going to make it in time though. I got one of them. Are you happy with me? Where are you? There you are.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Be gone. Oh, that did so much damage. Darn it, she got her shield up. I'm just walking away. I'm just walking away. She's gonna do her big one. Okay, okay. This song, though, is pretty cool. Stop moving when I try to attack you. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Finally, we got one of them. Can I attack you right now?
No escape.
Oh, I can. Nice. She's weak.
Sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as
Oh,
quick
she
black
healed?
rain. As long as the
Rude.
red lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never
Wait.
stop.
She's healing. She's healing. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I have the power of food on my side, so you will not win this fight, but still, goodness gracious, that's stressful. This song is awesome.
Fleeting shadow.
I love how it's the Inazuma battle music. This is the ultimate Inazuma battle. Whoa, my goodness gracious. She got a good hit on us, but you know what? We got a good one on her.
That's all of Inazuma. will fade
Okay.
south into the clouds.
If she's gonna keep healing, I will keep
There
healing
shall
too.
never be another. Never. For the rest of time.
It's so cool how we're basically hearing her thoughts from back when she created this puppet, aren't we?
Evasion is futile. There is no escape. Torn to oblivion.
I'm sorry, did we get an evasion is futile and then she said there's no escape? How come she has 6 dots in her little ring and I have only 1?
Illusion shattered.
Where is my ring anyways? It's gone. I just have a little dot.
Eye sweeps the land.
Little eye. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to attack this thing. Out of the way of whatever's attacking me.
Shine down.
Oh, good. I actually hit her for once. That's nice. Now, am I supposed to be attacking something else? Or am I supposed to just keep doing this?
Now you shall perish.
Darn it. Alright, let's heal.
Strike dead.
No, thank you.
There is no escape.
Out of the way of that. Oh, she's gone.
Lightning falls on the land
Ah!
of eternity.
If I can just get one of them and then get out of the range of the other two, I should be safe. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's in her little shield again. Where'd she go? There she is.
Dead, Inazuma shines eternal.
I will not. Oh!
Emptiness awaits.
Okay.
Finally defeated her?
I'm expecting there to be more. I'm not going to lie, I'm expecting more. She said she would not be easy to defeat. That's so cool.
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled.
Yeah, she's completely unbothered by all of this.
But how long can your will remain strong?
Watch them be in here fighting for the next 500 years.
How the heck?
Surely the Shogun puppet isn't invincible.
In this realm of consciousness, her existence is tenacious indeed.
I'm suddenly realizing that perhaps learning how to defeat a puppet here will be quite useful information in the future.
She was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including you and me.
So a will is what is needed to escape erosion?
Then,
Let me call up Yanfei.
be a never-ending battle?
Sorry, that was a horrible joke.
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand undertaking, one that will be resistant to erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward.
Her eyes look so cool. I love glowy eye powers.
This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last.
Ooh.
Months, years, centuries. And no matter how many times we must fight, I will defeat her.
What will happen to Inazuma in the meantime, though? Because, yeah, so it's pretty cool how we're seeing that even though she's changed her mind and she's going to approach things differently, the core of her that is dedicated to resisting erosion and maintaining her strength for eternity is still the same. But what is concerning is that, you know, if this is the way that she has to do things, what will happen to Inazuma in the meantime? We just learned that what they really need is for her to be present.
500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle.
Oh, and is this where it's going to start aligning with Larua and even with Mondstadt? Technically, they don't need her there. They have proved themselves.
Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learned to trust them.
But can you bear to leave humanity to go alone? Everyone looks to the Shogun for hope.
I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist is nothing to fear.
Oh, and all of the spirits that we spoke to today, all the memories, they were all talking about how there was a time when she wasn't there, and they continued to persist despite her absence. And when she returned, it brought them hope. Oh my goodness.
I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, it is but a drop in the ocean of eternity. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This is my oath. Please, be my witness. During my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
Why does it feel like she's about to eject us from this plane?
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Oh, hey! Yeah, she kicked us out. Hey! Oh no! Oh, she spent 500 years alone, and now she's going to spend 500 years fighting? Well, we're going to tell Yae Miko, and I don't think she'll be very pleased about all this.
Looks like we got kicked out.
We did.
Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun to keep on duking it out in there forever?
Apparently, we've got to find a way to get back in.
She was making sense, and maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still...
Still, A has no physical body anymore and has to rely on the Shogun. But this cannot be the only way.
Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations.
I wonder what would happen if... I want to collect whatever that is. Toki Island Tales? I wonder what would happen if the Shogun won. Would she come back to consciousness as the Shogun and only the Shogun and then proceed on with her original programming? But A temporarily disabled all of her ability to rule, so she would be unable to do anything.
What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It can happen, and then she might never leave again!
We're not about to leave her just yet. Our work here isn't done.
Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. The quicker she gets through this, the better. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there.
So we should go talk to Yaimiko, yes?
Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay, maybe if we both ram into it at the same time really, really hard.
We need to talk to Yaimiko, I believe.
Oh, you're right. Paimon nearly forgot about her. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no one else we can turn to. Alright, up the mountain we go.
Up the mountain we go, indeed. Let me collect those papers first. Don't teleport me! Don't teleport me! Darn it! Ugh! He teleported me! I wanted to collect those papers! Fine, fine. We'll save Raiden Shogun. Or A? Yeah, we'll save A.
Someone's
and then
not
we'll
in
collect
the
the
best of
papers.
moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you.
Exactly, but I don't think you'll be so blasé once you realize what the situation is.
I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
You'd be surprised. Our friends are extremely patient and very smiley.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase. The sheer audacity.
Yaimiko really loves playing with people, doesn't she? Paimon, let's get to the point.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
You tell Yaimiko about everything that has happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end date.
She's so unimpressed.
Impossibly
That's so
stubborn.
funny.
Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. Yes, that sounds like A, all right.
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now?
This duel is more serious than anything up to now. She rushed into it without thinking.
Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
You did. When you helped us out last time.
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
I mean, if it's not Yaimiko, the only thing I can think of is trying to plead to the consciousness of Makoto to let us in.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness than you do. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura, and from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
So we can pray to the tree, maybe? We are on very good terms. We did just get to level 35.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way.
Oh.
But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. What was it like?
I didn't notice any differences. I wasn't paying attention. I mean, it was quite different, but I'm not sure how much of that is because, one, they are two different people, and two, Makoto has passed, and how much of that was due to the nature of the space itself. I didn't notice any differences.
Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all.
I mean, it was blue. The ground looked like rock. It almost looked like there's a little bit of water in there. It was very spacious. There weren't any constructions or objects in there.
First things first. Follow me to the entrance.
Okay, great. I like that idea. Start simple. Let's do what we can do. 24 out of 25, we'd get a crown, we'd be level 35! Which isn't even the max. Oh my god. Goodness gracious! There are so many high levels! Maybe if we get to max level, we'll be besties with Makoto. And then she'll let us in. Get this. Go there. Oh, I don't even need this anymore, do I? That's my bad for assuming. Do you think the Electroculus will be in here? It is! And they kidnapped me again! Darn it!
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how crafty I need to be.
I love how she's standing in this knee-deep water with me. Thanks for being a friend, Miko.
To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts.
So can I. She's in there.
In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to where A is.
So you can help.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you can still send us there. What?
It made perfect sense to me.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded by chaos. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you down in an unknown corner of space-time. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a physical object first.
Okay.
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
Perfect. I was just about to say, I'll give my consciousness to Paimon to hold. In your dreams. Paimon, you're not gonna abandon me, are you?
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Wow.
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you! Fine. Paimon's coming too.
I think Yaimika was being over-exaggeratedly blunt in order to make her point there.
Oh.
Is my guess.
Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now, I shall send you on your way.
Thank you, Yaimiko. So you could have helped us the entire time. Is basically the long and short of it. I appreciate that.
I say.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic, that's all. My suspicions have been confirmed.
Oh, she's a little worried, is she?
By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Alrighty. Throw me into the void. Let's go.
Well then, the door is open. Hop on in.
Knock, knock.
I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens.
Thank you.
I'm placing my god in your capable hands.
She's gonna blame us if anything goes
For
wrong.
my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Oh, we'll do our best. That looks so awesome.
Miko, you better know what you're doing.
We will not fail.
That's enough chatter. Get to work.
As I said, we'll do our best. Here we go. Why are my palms sweating? Oh, whoa! Whoa! This looks super cool. Oh, like she said, it's super chaotic. So we need to focus on A. I wonder how this compares to traveling through space for the Traveler. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I
Right.
deliver you to the right destination.
This is so cool. This is so cool. That looked amazing. That was so cool. I appreciate that you can tell which is which by the weapons. That was amazing. I can't believe we made it.
How can this be?
I fully expect us to be at about half health after that.
You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all these years?
All these years? What? Don't tell me time passes faster here.
This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then.
Okay, well at least the Shogun, who puts a lot of stock in will, is recognizing that her will is strong. That seems like a good amount of progress.
Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation.
Hey, how long has it been? Has it already been 500 years for you?
Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too.
At least they're very respectful of each other.
You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity.
They're just complimenting each other. This whole time they weren't fighting, they were just battling through compliments.
Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps.
Ah, fate again. Also, there's thunder in here, I just realized.
Then, let
And
this be our
flower
final
petals.
duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years ago.
Oh my god, has it really been 500 years?
Final duel? So you're finally willing to stand back, traveler.
Are you going to put an end to all this?
I'm going to be the start of something new.
Oh, she's so excited. Are we really just going to fight again?
The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations.
Oh my goodness gracious. What?
The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize
What?
and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams.
I guess we're fighting this now. Holy cow, look at her.
You have endured.
It's a little hard to see because all of our attacks look the same. She can teleport still. That makes sense. Attack to deploy a ward. Okay, great. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, 1 damage. Yay. No thank you, no thank you, no thank you.
Shine down.
Well, I have the chance, let's just attack it. Oh my god, look at how far her attacks go. Out of the way, she's teleporting. Where's she gone? She's over here.
Illusion shattered.
Did I even hit her at all? I don't think I did. What is she doing? What is she doing? Oh, I see what she's doing. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Can I attack her during this portion of events? I don't like this. Oh, I love this music though. I can't be upset when this music is like this. Stop that. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm just gonna fight her. I'm just gonna fight her. Let's throw some food in there. Might as well.
There is no escape. Purge all obstacles.
Okay. So far so good. So far so good. Witness the end of the long battle. Okay. Fun.
This is the end. You have won.
That was intimidating, but they gave us a very strong Raiden Shogun to get through with it, so... Whew,
I
okay.
believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit.
If we can get out of this without destroying the puppet, I will be very, very happy. However, if the puppet is then locked within this realm of consciousness for eternity, I will also be very sad. I love non-human characters, and I want the best for her. Please also be willing to change. That does seem like a lot to ask, though.
But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future.
Oh, wow! Oh, she's also realized it! Oh, this is good. This is fantastic.
You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone.
And of course, A knows exactly what to say to her because this is what she's just been grappling with.
I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure.
Someone was helping you? Was it your sister?
Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens.
Oh, wow. Is she trying to say that she's carrying with her the dreams and/or ambitions of her people?
And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's why it's not her main weapon. Her main weapon is the polearm, but this sword is her sister's.
I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power.
Oh. I, who was fighting this battle, did not notice this. I apologize.
This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again.
Oh.
It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little strange that this sword should be so closely tied to her when Makoto was not the fighter between the two of them. I wonder if this blade is where her consciousness has been placed. That would make sense, I suppose.
You have my approval.
Yay!
Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules.
Yay. Don't betray us now.
From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant.
Oh.
I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool.
See what I mean? They've switched places. She's now the Makoto, and the Shogun is now the A.
You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow.
Oh, the ultimate team up!
The
This is
duties I
so
perform
cool.
will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future.
I love how you can see that A's hair is glowing, but the Shogun's hair is not. Pretty cool.
Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat?
And just like that, their relationship is so good. I'm so happy. She's gonna
It was
smile.
simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Oh, good. She's not too sore of a loser.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Oh, Makoto? Oh, good morning. Musou Ishin is glowing?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness.
Oh, this is so cool. Also, this voice actress is actually amazing. You can immediately tell 3 distinct tones between A, Makoto, and the Shogun, even though they all have the same voice.
I am Raiden Makoto,
Hi.
the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces.
It's so nice to meet you.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end.
I'm so happy. Oh my god.
I left a faint fragment of my will in Musou Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said.
Oh, look at the look on her face.
There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me.
Sort of an interesting connection to the travelers. Last time we saw our brother, he said we have always had enough time. And seems like he's waiting for us to get to him, or his point of view at least.
But you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden.
Why does it really feel like it was a decision that she made, though?
I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness.
Did you know what was about to happen in Conria?
I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime.
She said she put a fragment of her will into the blade, right? Was it will? So, yeah, we're seeing in this quest the opposite of time, and connected to time, erosion, is will. Do you think there's any connection between will and mind? Probably not, because the mind can erode as well, right? It's the will that persists. I feel like that's going to be important later, but Makoto, it's so nice to hear from you.
But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way.
Don't look down on me.
Oh.
See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain.
Do you think she means the sacred Sakura?
Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
I wonder what the Shogun thinks of all this. Oh dear. What is that?
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is this...
Wait.
Is it really?
Wait. No way.
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles.
Oh my
Now,
god.
the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you.
Oh my...
Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past.
Oh boy. I just need a second. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. I definitely need to watch that scene. From a lore perspective, I need to watch that scene over maybe 5 times. They threw so many words at us so quickly. Something about... So yeah, the plane of consciousness, I suppose, was separate from time somehow. I would really love Yaimika to explain a little bit of this to us, actually. That would be very helpful. But they threw so many words around. Dreams were in there. Dreams. Dreams and eternity. An interesting connection to time there as well. That was amazing! Oh my god! And A got to talk to her sister again, and her sister knows her so well. And she gave her the tree to buy her some time to change her mind, basically. And from what I understand, the tree appeared, A quelled the threat of the darkness, and this was after she already lost her sister, so immediately after that she made the puppet and went into her realm of consciousness, her plane of euthymia, for the next 500 years. And she was able to do that basically because, 1, there was the puppet, but 2, because the sacred sakura was protecting the land. Is that what she meant by buying her some time? She wasn't really needed in the outside world? Or then when it finally came time... Oh my goodness. This is so interesting. I need to know more. God, that was so beautiful. Oh, that was so sweet. And A was almost crying. I feel like, this is a guess, but I feel like Makoto was the older sister, don't you think? I mean, on one hand, she was the initial Archon, and usually the older sibling is the one who gets the command. But also just the way that she's so caring for A, and she's so nurturing of her. And she wanted to stay alive and by her side so that she could slowly change her mind over time. That's a very gentle form of guidance. You can see that she really cared, that A was both happy but also healthy with her mindset. Oh, and then it came to this. That was so cool. Yes, Yaimiko, please. Shed some light.
No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
I love how anything can happen, and Yaimiko just goes, wow.
All of this is
You can't really
thanks
tell
to
if she's
Makoto's
joking.
power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine.
I do wonder what the Shogun is thinking about after all that.
Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
Yeah, it's a really interesting connection in this story. The heavenly principles! She said something about breaking free, didn't she? What did she say? I saw wonderful things inside that place. Time was moving forward and backward at the same time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing.
I love time travel stories, and, you know, in that umbrella, I just love any story that experiences and plays with and considers time in an interesting way. This is fascinating to me.
Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems.
Oh, we did get very lucky there, didn't we? Oh dear.
And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't
What does that
fully
mean?
understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
Oh?
I know what you mean.
What?
Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all.
I'm writing that down immediately. That has to be a name. Capitalized, a higher power. Why have I not seen that anywhere? Where did that come from? I was about to say, oh, let's see. She did say that she was giving a gift, and that gift was the seed. And she had... Did she say that she had put her consciousness into the seed or something? And I was wondering, you know, where did this come from? Is it something that she made herself out of her consciousness? Or could this be, cool, a connection perhaps to the Dendro Archon? That's the next region we're going to. Seeds, plants, Dendro. That's a really neat tie-in. I'd love to see a connection between the history of these two nations. But who was that? How would you say that? Istaroth? That's a... I'm scanning my memory. I don't recall seeing that name anywhere. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. A higher power than even an Archon? Would that be someone from Celestia? Who is that?
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there.
Even Yaimiko did not escape the memory change.
You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness, but unfortunately, you never did persuade me, did you?
This is so interesting, especially coming on the heels of the revelation about in Konamiya and the Watatsumi Omikami, about how having forbidden knowledge was what sealed his fate, basically. It's a control of knowledge itself that we're seeing in effect here. Yaimika was talking earlier about how she didn't really understand how Makoto's consciousness worked, or how her plane worked, or something like that. And I'm wondering if she's incapable of understanding that, because to understand that would mean to process and believe and hold information that has been deemed forbidden. Could that be the case? Because something inserted the information into everyone's minds that this tree has been here forever. And for Yaimiko to understand what's really going on here, she would have to believe that that was false. And something doesn't want to let her believe that. What could have such a power? Who could have such a power?
No. But I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
You're telling me it looks like that because Yaimiko encouraged it to grow like that? That is so funny.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
That is so funny.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today.
Or maybe it just grew that way because of their influence.
And obviously I played my part too.
You keep going back and forth, Yaimiko.
It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you?
Like you told us to do? Yes, I was. Is that significant?
At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient.
Oh, so you could send us to where A was, but not necessarily when A was.
Fortunately,
so we ended up 500
your
years
will was
later.
Strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for.
Thank you, Yaimiko, because I was wondering, those wishes we were supposed to hold in our mind, are they our ultimate wishes? Are they our immediate wishes? Is it a mix of the two? Should we focus on A? Should we focus on the concept of what we want from this outcome? Apparently, it was all of the above.
The
Delightful.
flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
You're welcome, but also thank you for your help.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
Perhaps this is what the Shogun meant by an inevitability of fate. And this feels important to me, but I really don't have any conclusions on it yet. The fact that when thrown into the turbulence of time, we just happen to end up at the point needed by fate. Is that because of everyone's influence? Is like Yaimiko's suggesting? You know, what role did we play in ensuring the fate that we wanted? You know, did we have any control in that situation? Or was it everyone's efforts?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake, to help me reach the best possible outcome. You too have my thanks. You have done much for me, and I will never forget it.
It's incredible how close we've become since the Archon quest. Wow.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
How friendly she is.
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down?
You know, those guys, they exist too sometimes, don't they?
After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She predicted all the ways in which Inazuma's future could unfold, all the way back then. She even factored my immaturity into her plan.
She really was quite clever, wasn't she?
It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day.
And she knew her sister very well, didn't she? Makoto was brilliant. But you made a crucial contribution too.
I just planted a seed.
Your will and hers were both indispensable.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
The final act might be a simple one, but getting there was the result of countless efforts coming together. Just because the cause and effect ended up a bit back to front, doesn't mean you should undervalue the part you played.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
And how wild is it that at this point, all of a sudden, Makoto feels like the past and A feels like the future. It's a complete reversal. Because A used to be so stuck in the past, and yet as soon as Yaimiko said that, it feels like Makoto's the past now, and A is the future.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously accept them.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days?
Oh, what would she do?
Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. Then, we will give careful consideration to the future. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Oh, yay, finally! Okay, so they're going to abolish it once she feels that she's reviewed everything and everything is set and ready to go for the grand reopening of the country.
Really? That's huge news!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further need to keep the nation under lock and key. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma.
But out of those challenges will be born new opportunities.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. Wow. That was so good. Dream Sakura? What? What? You held a single Sakura petal in your hand before leaving Raiden Makoto's realm of consciousness. Its existence is a mystery. It appears no different from ordinary Sakura petals, and there it silently sits in your storage, just like any of the others. But you can no longer touch it, nor can you feel its weight or warmth. When an object loses any of the attributes that one would normally ascribe to it, how can its existence be proven for sure? As you think back on the many sights the petal must have witnessed in the past, a certain guess comes to mind. That which sustains this Sakura petal's existence must be someone's will. But as to who this person is, and whether they are intentionally or unintentionally keeping this petal in existence, neither can be known. Nor can you prove whether that willpower is one derived from yearning, trust, or gratitude. Perhaps, when that person's will changes, so too will this Sakura petal disappear. Just to be safe, it might be best to check back from time to time and see if it still exists! Oh my god. Dream Sakura. Oh, and if it stops existing, that'll be so sad. Because I'm guessing it's from Makoto. Hi guys, just hanging out? We should take a family photo. Paimon, get over here. Wait, I need to be a little bit ahead of them so that they're looking this way. Let's take a picture. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set it up. I like to do this. And then we're going to set it up and immediately take the picture. So that Paimon's in it. Oops. There she goes. Bye, Paimon. She's just leaving. That's pretty funny. Okay, well, we got some photos with her, though. I need to speak with you. Oh, wow.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Oh, boy.
But I am prepared for them.
About the challenges?
Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. It would be folly to say that it will be all positive, and there will be no negative repercussions. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a threat to Inazuma's businesses. These are the issues that I must work to solve.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be able to sell entrance tickets to the Grand Narukami Shrine in the future.
Honestly, Miko.
It seems like she's going to play the role of not exactly comic relief, but trying to lighten the mood so that A doesn't get too stressed in the future.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
About the gaze of the gods?
Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma. I always assumed it was because that was her duty. But now, I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty, but a joy too. She loved humanity very dearly.
If the people of the past deserve the gods' attention, then so do the people of the future.
Indeed. No longer will I ignore their passions and dreams. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
They really do play off each other very well, don't they? As soon as A starts to get, not exactly stuck in the past again, but, you know, she's dwelling in these thoughts of her sister and what A could have done better and how good her sister is, and Miko is immediately like, ah yes, and we've learned from this and we will apply it to the future. Yeah, I think that they make a really good team. About the centuries of dueling, how did that go?
To put it bluntly, it was constant torture, with no end in sight.
Oh dear.
Faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Had my concentration lapsed for but a moment, the Shogun's blade would have taken my life.
Oh dear.
Safe to say, were it not for my previous experiences in combat, my skills would not have been up to the challenge. I would most certainly have been defeated. And through it all, you also had your part to play.
Yeah, we kind of just showed up and witnessed things at the end. You're welcome.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
About the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be sure to remind the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions of their duties in this regard.
I can't believe she remembered that for 500 years. I'm assuming it was around 500 years in there. She remembered for 500 years that she needed to tell the Tenryou and Yashiro commissions to do this. Incredible.
It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned about what else might escape from the sacred Sakura.
Like memories?
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more besides memories held in the ley lines.
I suppose their ley lines will be very active for a little while after this. It would be super cool if they had more ley line outcroppings in Inazuma for a little while after this. That would be amazing.
Since you clearly understand, perhaps you could think about making an effort too. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
By the way, Yaemiko said that she was placing her god.
Yaemiko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve making up spurious claims about her while she is still present.
She loves playing with people, but she can't hide the fact that she really does care about A.
Some words are not to be passed on. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said to you as our little secret. Understood?
Understood. I'm sure that A knows in any case.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Ooh, I suddenly want some fried tofu.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
A way to change the subject. I have no other questions. I think Inazuma's in good hands. Wow. Wow. For that to be the end of this story. My quest log is talking to me for some reason. Can I collect a key or something? Oh, I can unlock Yaemiko! There you go. Lovely. Let's claim a key. And that means I should have... Wait, what was that? Oh, Zhongli. Right. Oh my goodness, that was such a good quest, actually. I feel like this will talk to us now. No? Oh, I guess because it was a story quest, not an Archon quest, technically. That was such a good quest, actually. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy right now. That was amazing. I need to go back down to that place immediately because there's an Electroculus in there, and I haven't forgotten about it, and there's also a book. Oh, look at the foxes. Was this here the whole time? I almost feel like I might have even seen it before. Why is that open? Glowy. Why did I turn around? That was weird. Wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, no way. Whoa. I'm a little sad that you can destroy the puppet. But that's so cool. Wait, let's read these. A puppet joint obtained from the plane of euthymia. The gesture here symbolizes the concept that one sees and one does. Even now that she has become a calamitous deity, she can still utilize such transcendent gestures, her sword flashing forth as swiftly as her eyes may see. And yet, as the countless disasters ground on for far too long, the baleful General Shell had to embrace a new spring. A puppet joint. The gesture here is in the shape of the baleful eye of stormy judgment. Since they are able to bring down curse and catastrophe alike with a mere gaze, it might seem natural to blame life's misfortunes on calamitous deities. However, if you think about it a little harder, if your will is strong enough, and if your convictions are firm enough, the catastrophes go on for too long. Even a baleful gaze must wash itself with tears. A small piece of headgear obtained once the dust settled in the plane of euthymia. One thought it may end all calamity, and there will always be thoughts that may transcend time. Amid all this, one wonders if Makoto's true meaning was successfully communicated or not. I sure hope it was. It was really sweet what I gleaned from it. Is this Makoto's hairpiece? Because it's not A's. A has different flowers on hers. And her puppet has the exact same headpiece because they look identical. And I feel like this is what she was wearing in that one animated cutscene. I actually have a very clear image in my mind of, Makoto standing. Well, actually, I don't know which one was which. Maybe it was A's. I'm not sure. Is that Makoto's headpiece? I feel like it is. Oh, hi, little guy. Wait a second. No way! Looks like this is where we ended up anyway, huh? If I return peacefully, I will apologize sincerely to Iroy, and I'll treat him a little better in the future. Was that Saigu's voice? Wow. Toki Island Tales? It's not loading. What was that? Wow, it didn't load at all. What did I just collect? I can't believe there's more to do with this lens. Oh my. Oh my. Well, I'm going to use this as a stepping stool, actually. Can I get on top of this? No, I can't. I'm trying to get up here. Yoop. Yay.
I'll keep this close.
And electro sigils. I should have enough to get one more level now with the tree. No, I need to go up. Can I teleport here? I know I can click on this and it teleports me to the teleporter. Darn. I was really hoping it would just teleport me to the tree. Wow. Wow. Oh no, I teleported so they're gone. Darn it. That was such an amazing quest though. And I get a crown. Wow. I'm just... Okay, we'll end it here. That was amazing. That was beautiful. It was so cool to learn more about... I mean, we learned so much. We learned more about A. We learned so much about Makoto. We learned more about the Shogun, and she gets to be a character in her own right. She has her own consciousness. I'm so happy for her. We learned about the history of Conria and how it intersects with the history of Inazuma. We still have so many unanswered questions about that, by the way. All of the questions that I wrote down earlier have not been answered, except for the one about where did Makoto's consciousness go? And then we got some more questions. That higher power that they mentioned at the end, I wrote it down. Istaroth? Who? I need to search all of my books immediately, actually. Books, books, books. Where would that be? Where would that be? God, it could be anywhere. I have no idea who that is. I'm so happy right now. If anybody tells me anything about who that is, I will cry. Please don't tell me who that is. I don't want to learn anything about this person until the game feels fit that it is time for me to learn it. Just, oh my goodness. Apparently I've already collected that. Oops. That was amazing. That was a fun fight. It wasn't too difficult. But A was saying that she was being empowered, so I feel like if I were to go back and do it again, it would be quite difficult indeed. I did see that there were different levels of difficulty down there, so maybe I could lower the difficulty if I needed to, but in any case, wow. I loved that actually, that was amazing. I had a fantastic time, and I hope you did too. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now!